Welcome to Fairy Crane Tea's podcast Tea Talk with your host, Dawn. Today, we have a very special podcast for you. We are coming live from Weihai, Shandong Province, China. We came to Weihai today for the 8th annual International Tea and Art Expo. We were able to go around and meet vendors from throughout China, especially tea vendors from Yunnan, Fujian, and even right here in Shandong. We also met many wonderful artisans who handcraft teapots. We met shong or incense vendors who make incense from various materials here in China, Hainan, Vietnam, and other regions of India. So there were food, there was medicinal herbs, there was jewelry, a lot of beautiful jewelry. Of course, it would be jade. And then there was porcelain dishes, porcelain tea sets. If it could be made in porcelain, we could find it today. It was a fun adventure. And after we left the expo, well, it was time to start exploring a little bit of Weihai while the sun was up. Now, I will say we are in northeastern China and northeastern Shandong Province. And in fall, it's a little chilly outside today. So when you do see our Weihai video, expect to see some wind, expect to see some coats. But at least the sun was shining. We went to a place called the Door of Happiness. It is a huge, huge art piece where it looks like it is the door to heaven, to the ocean, or to the mountains, depending upon which direction you are looking. Beautiful. And we took some pictures, stared at the ocean, looked at the mountains. We even used our little crane. So I can't wait to see how our video for Weihai will turn out. And if you want to see that, make sure that you are one of our Patreon members, and you'll also be able to see it on YouTube. So I want to tell you a little bit more about this beautiful city of Weihai, its history. It started with tribal people called the Dongyi people, and they became part of China in the Qi dynasty in 567 BC. Now, for hundreds of years, they were a rural fishing settlement. But in the 14th century, in the Ming dynasty, they became a military stronghold. And this is where their name originates, Wei meaning stronghold. And so Weihai, and it was actually at that time Weihai Wei, but it's Weihai in modern times now. They were a military stronghold during the Ming dynasty. And during that time, over 2 miles of a fortified wall was built. It wasn't until the Qing dynasty when in 1895, they lost the battle, or what is known as the last battle of the Sino-Japanese War. They became occupied by the British, and they were occupied by the British until 1930. And then it became an integral part of Shandong Province, the Republic of China, in 1930. However, Weihai was then occupied by the Japanese from 1938 to 1945. Once they finally withdrew, the region was formally incorporated by Shandong. Now, Weihai, formerly known as Weihai Wei, became Weihai in 1945. Today in Weihai, they have a very successful shipping channel. Their port ships many imports coming in and exports going out, as well as a new processing zone here in Weihai, where they have machinery manufacturing, biotechnology, pharmaceutical industries, food processing, and more. The city is growing. Again, almost 3 million people here. They have 5 universities. And Shandong is known for its universities. Very good education here. As far as transportation, how you can come to Weihai, well, there is an airport, and they do have flights from major cities like Beijing and Shanghai, and even flights in from Korea. There's also the high-speed rail and the regular train station, and you can drive. It is a beautiful drive here to Weihai. There's great food, both Chinese and Korean food you can have here. Of course, you're going to want to try their seafood, being right here on the coast. And there are many parks to experience, artwork, shopping, mountains, the Yellow Sea. There is much to see and do here in Weihai. I would encourage anybody to come for a visit. I appreciate you taking time for us today on this special edition of Tea Talk. We will be coming at you again very soon with another episode. So thank you. Please make sure you go over to our Patreon at patreon.com/Fairy Crane Tea. You can also get us on YouTube at Fairy Crane Tea, Instagram at Fairy Crane Cha. Thank you again. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.